This is Yeshua. We greet you with love and joy and want to acknowledge right now the beautiful beings of light you all are. As always, it is our privilege to serve at this time in the evolution of humanity on Earth, as we serve as well at this time in the evolution of Earth itself and the earthly experience. So you're asking about the physical body, and you're asking about what shifts are possible for the physical body. In short answer to your question, yes, you all have the ability to shift and alter anything and everything within your physical bodies, your physical experience, your physical reality, and the nature of your physical reality. However, it is easier said than done at this point in this evolution for where you're all at, because most of you believe very deeply on some level that when you manifest something in your physical body, whether it be a pain, an illness, whether it be an accident, that it has somehow happened to you. You see yourself often, especially with disease, as being invaded by another being, another entity, another force called disease. We'll talk about cancer specifically right now, because it's the one disease, and we put that in quotation marks, the word disease, on your planet that triggers in all of you a particular kind of fear and causes you to run the victim program. And one of the ways a lot of you who have dealt with cancer have gone about dealing with it and trying to cure it or clear it from your being is by killing it off. Many of you have used visualization techniques where you imagine energy or medication as an army of sorts going in and killing off the cancer. And as you do that, you magnify a conflict that's already in existence. So let us take you back for a moment here and remind you that every single thing you experience, whether it be in your body or whether it be reflected back to you in your physical reality, is on some level your creation. Now, that doesn't mean that any of you are consciously sitting around wishing you would get ill or wishing you would be hurt. However, even as we say that to you, some of you will recognize that you have had those thoughts at times. You have had that wish and that desire for something to happen, for something to occur that allows you to stop living your life the way you have been living because you've been feeling overwhelmed. And this is often one of the reasons why you will manifest these kinds of experiences. And we don't want to call them diseases any longer. We will simply refer to them as experiences in your physical body. Often you will create this kind of experience for yourself, the experience of cancer, let's say, as a direct result of feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, on the merry-go-round of life, unable to get off yourself. Now, this is just one reason, but we're keying into this reason specifically right now because we see a lot of you as feeling overwhelmed, as feeling overworked, as feeling as if you have no control over your lives. So when you desire to get off the merry-go-round, but then you can't give yourself conscious permission to get off the merry-go-round, invariably what you do is you give yourself a good enough reason to get off the merry-go-round. And often those reasons seem to be negative, like an experience like cancer. But then once you've given yourself the experience, you then also begin to give yourself permission to begin operating in a different way in your life. And that allows you then to begin to create for yourself the life it is you really wanted in the first place. So as you all begin to really shift and maneuver now into reality, as you begin to operate in a higher vibrational way and allow yourselves to be the highest vibrational version of yourselves that you can, many of you will stop using or needing the excuse of an experience like cancer or a car accident or any other kind of experience like that. You'll skip that step and you will instead jump right to the place it really is you want to be. Now, one of the other reasons we see a lot of you giving yourselves these kinds of experiences and conditions is because you're working on developing a greater sense of love, unconditional love, and compassion for all of humanity. Sometimes what we see in you is if you're running a deficit in the areas of compassion for others, you will create a condition like this or an experience like this in your own body, which takes you then to a more open and vulnerable space, which then allows you to develop a deeper level of compassion and unconditional love for all around. So we're going to answer again the question of, can anything be healed? Yes, anything and everything can be healed, of course. But as we say that, we want to be clear that we are not defining any of these experiences as wrong or bad. And in fact, for some of you, you will use these kinds of experiences to leave the physical reality, which is just a different version of healing and shifting. So ultimately, yes, all of you do heal, clear, shift, transition out of the experiences you have found yourselves manifesting within your physical bodies. Our recommendation to all of you at this point in time is to really work with a deeper understanding of unconditional love of the self. As you truly begin to love yourself unconditionally exactly as you are, no matter what experience you're playing out in your physical body right now, no matter what condition it seems you have contracted and created, as you love yourself unconditionally, including the aspects of you that may be manifesting cancer or any other kind of experience, as you love yourself unconditionally, all parts of yourself wholly, fully, unconditionally, that opens the door for a more instantaneous kind of healing experience, a more miraculous kind of healing experience. What you're looking at now are the kinds of healings that are talked about often in your ancient texts, where the laying on of hands occurred and miraculous and instantaneous healing was facilitated and experienced by the one who was feeling out of alignment or had created the experience. You are working your way, we won't say back to that kind of reality, because you're going to work forward now. You're moving forward. So there is no going back to those kinds of healings. There is now going to be a new interpretation of that healing, where you will find you do not need another to lay hands on you to facilitate that instantaneous or miraculous kind of healing. You will find that as you align your physical, your mental, and your emotional bodies and access real unconditional love of the self for the whole being, you will be able to perform these instantaneous and miraculous healings on yourself. This is the Pleiadians here. We'll just jump in and help you understand that this is how it is in the higher dimensions. You create, you dissolve. You create, you dissolve. You create, you shift, you change, you dissolve. This is the instantaneous manifestation process now that we're talking with you about, with relationship to the body and shifting what's going on in the physical body.